Sometimes we need to leave a message on the screen for the user to press any key to continue. Maybe we've got a document full of text and we want to allow the user to control scrolling down on the screen so he has enough time to read this long text document. So imagine this. I say char letter and I say cout, press any key to continue. Okay. Most of the time the user is going to hit a white space key like the space bar or the enter key. If that's the case, and it will be, I think, we need to use syn.get in this situation. If I were to use syn letter in this situation, that wouldn't take the enter key or the tab key or the space bar. So in this situation, syn.get letter, that's the variable, and syn.get is the technique I'm using to read the character. This would allow me to read any character, including a white space character. Now, sometimes we get in problems if we mix syn and syn.get. Take a look here. I've got a variable called num1, it's an int, and a variable called letter, it's a char, and I'm going to say enter a number. I'm going to type 5 and the enter key. When I do that, 5 goes into num1, and don't forget there's an enter key still left in the keyboard buffer. Now if I say enter a white space character and I say syn.get letter, what will happen is that the white space, the enter key left from this entry, is now dumped into letter. The program won't even stop and wait for me to respond to that. It'll just take that enter key and put it here. So you can see I've got a concern when I use a syn followed by a syn.get. The solution to this is simply to put a syn.ignore right there in the code. What happens now is I type 5 and an enter key into the keyboard buffer area, so to speak. 5 goes into num1. The syn.ignore will skip the enter key left in the buffer. Now this question will be asked, and now the computer will stop and wait for the user to respond to that question.